BassResinator here. I have this really cool mold. It was a Let's Resin mold that was available about a year ago. They're not available anymore. If you go to the Let's Resin website, you won't find it. If you go to Amazon and look for this, you'll see that it's out of stock. But it's really cool. So if Let's Resin is listening, bring this back. This is a cool thing. First off, the bottom of the coaster is fatter than the top, so it gives a good feeling. It's got a little ridgy around the middle, and that has a holographic pattern on it. Now, I like watching a couple ladies over in, well, one is in Germany, one's in Belgium, Sandra Rettig and Petra Gerbracht, and they learned a technique, I think from resincourses.com, called the web effect. And I kept saying, boy, it's a really cool effect. Boy, it's a really cool effect. Well, Petra sort of challenged me. She goes, you ought to try it. So I'm going to try it. But I'm only going to, and I don't have she's got a bigger mold. It's about the size of my hand, 8 inches across or so. But I'm going to try it in here. I don't have the same type of resin that they do. No biggie. But I'm going to try it with a 1-to-1 resin. I am going to use Bloom for a little bit of white. I'm going to use Magical Magenta. This is an awesome color from Pigmently. And then Brie Reese has these shimmering alcohol inks. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I hope I get a web effect. I hope it is one of the prettiest things you ever see. And it might be these colors would work really amazingly for Halloween. Halloween, listen to me. For Valentine's Day. So if this works, this combination, I may come back and try something for Valentine's Day. So we're going to try. Let me mix up some resin. Okay, I got the resin. Oh, this camera's stand's going to tip over. Got the resin mixed up. And I have a 1/2 ounce of white, 1 ounce of the Magical Magenta, and 1 ounce of this rose shimmering alcohol. And then I've got clear. And I'm going to use this at the beginning, the clear, to go around the edge. I want to make sure. I'm going to back these puppies up a bit. Don't want to bump them. I want to make sure I don't have any bubbles around. So I'm going to go a real thin. I should tell you I'm using Bondcrafter 1-to-1 resin for this project. I've been trying it out. So far I like it a lot. But as we all know, bubbles like to happen around tight edges or like 90-degree angles and stuff. These are a little bit bigger than 90, but still, I want to make sure I have nothing there. Come on. Let go. Okay, now. See if I can go around with the lighter and pop those. Pop. Round and round the mulberry bush, monkey chased the weasel. 'Cause, 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 'cause Okay. Little bubble right there, right there, right there. Let loose. And I go around, and as I bump them, it causes more bubbles because I guess I'm pushing too fast. Okay, now for the magic. This is the Rose Shimmering Alcohol ink. And I have no idea how to pour this. I have not taken the course. Oh, I should tell you. I mixed up some glittery type stuff, some metal flake called Galactus. Yes, tropical glitz. But it is a really pretty red. And I will use that in the middle. Okay, just going from what I have seen those ladies do. Go around the outside. This is a pretty color. I'll save a little bit of that and I'll come back with it again. Now the magical magenta. Watch this. You ready? I think those colors complement each other nicely. Drop off of there. Okay, don't drop off. I'll just wipe you off a little bit. Okay, now what I have seen them do is put some clear, sort of like a push. I'll save the rest of that. Go around with the white. Hope that's not too much white, but we'll see. Now I come back with this rose again. Boy, that's a pretty color. Magical magenta. I wish I had a little bit more clear. I have a little bit, but not enough to do a really good push. There's still a little bit of this rose. I'm going to come back with it. I ran out of the white, which is fine. Okay, they're at last of the clear for the last push. And I did not fill this mold all the way up. Thought I measured it, and it came out to 3, just a little over 3, and I mixed up more than 3. Okay, now get this, put my center in. Go down. Boy, there's some shiny in it. This is a holographic metal flake. Sink. It's just blobby, and I can tell right where the middle is because there's little supports for this mold, and they all come to the center, which is kind of cool. Don't have to guess, am I in the middle or not? No guessing whatsoever. I still got a little bit of this magical magenta. Not much. And then I'm going to go around with the heat gun and try and get this moving a little bit. It's already moving, but it also has some bubbles on there. No, thought I might have had a little bit more white. Okay, heat gun. Oh, and that blob went down. Yay. I think I'm going to go with my torch. Go real quick over it. Okay. Leave it alone. I am going to leave the camera running so we can see how this pulls together while I clean up my mess. I will leave you with some music.
Watch the colors drip and blend, resin swirls that never end. Art like web spun through the air, beauty is born from simple care. In the resin rivers flow, patterns form and start to glow. Magic happens when we pour, creations that we can't ignore. Valley of Rio Grande, crafting dreams with steady hand. To each piece unique, a tale to tell. Resin's charm cast its spell. In the resin rivers flow, patterns form and start to glow. Magic happens when we pour, creations that we can't ignore. Just right, colors dance in twilight gleam, artistry like in a dream. In the resin rivers flow, patterns form and start to glow. Magic happens when we pour, creations that we can't ignore. Creations we can't ignore.
that's all cured up, and it did not come to the center as much as I wanted it to. So I'm going to cover, there's aspects of it that, I'm looking at it from this side, and I got some blobbies. At least I can see that. I don't know what else is going on. It does have some really pretty color, but what I'm going to do, to finish this off, because I still have a little bit of room in this mold. Let me show you. I've got this, another Brie Reese shimmering alcohol ink. But I'm going to go with the red. Talk about a brilliant, brilliant red. This is more of a pink and rose color. This is going to back it with red. So I hope I don't ruin it, but I don't know. Just from looking at it from the back, I don't see too much of the web effect going on. It may be the resin that I used isn't, maybe it cured too fast. I don't know, but I can always try again. But right now, let me mix up some resin and put this in. And this is that shimmering alcohol ink. When you put shimmer alcohol ink on the surface, it does this, it dances. It's really cool looking. And it spreads out, and then it comes back, and some of the shimmer drops through. If you mix it in, it spreads that shimmer all throughout the resin, and it comes up with a totally different effect. So that's what I'm going to do with this. It's really cool stuff. I'll be right back. Got it mixed up. We'll see how this does. Hoping it looks pretty. Well, that looks really cool. And now, sit and wait. We'll see ya. I did a little swirly action, and it caused that shimmer alcohol ink to do even crazier stuff. So let's see how this web effect, if it's a web effect or if it's just an effect. I'm hoping it will be pretty. I'm hoping you like the look of the holographic. Oh, just a second. And that thing I had on pause all of a sudden unpaused and started making a lot of noise. Okay. Well, that looks cool. Let us look at that. That alcohol ain't got on my gloves. Looks like I have a bloody mess. A bloody mess. Okay. Now, set that aside. Dun 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 dun. Well, it was sort of the web effect happening, but it's like it cured too fast before it all got to the middle. This definitely has some cool effects. I don't know if you can see that holographic, it's lines. Color of that pink reminds me of Pepto-Bismol. Anyway, I think I should have just left the color out of the middle, because then I could see some more of the non-effect. Okay, you know what this means? I have to try again. I will try a different resin. Not that there's anything wrong with this one, but I think it cured too fast. But I don't have any bubbles around the inside or outside of that lip, but it's... Now, if I did a bloom with these colors, that would be cool. Okay, maybe I got my Valentine's thing in order. Maybe it's too thick. I don't know. I'll try again. Can't hurt. Okay. Thank you, subscribers. And for anybody else just happened to follow along, you know, if you're just following along, why not subscribe? It doesn't cost anything. And if you subscribe, you can click that little button or icon of a bell, and anytime I do something new, you'll be notified. So, come see what I'm going to do next. That's a pretty cool holographic thing in the middle, that glitter. But it's like it's too far away from the effect. Anyway, I see pluses and minuses, maybe too many minuses, but try and remedy that in the future. Remedy with more Pepto-Bismol. We'll see ya.
Dripping so Rio Grande Valley, colors swirl like dreams in alley. BassResinator art we weave, wondering what we can achieve. Flow of resin bright and clear, lost in webs that seem so near. Patterns forming in the haze, caught inside this endless maze. Spin around and watch it flow, catch the light and ebb and glow. Web effect and dear bass art, perfect way to mend the heart. Blending hues while day fades on, sunsets mirror till it's gone. Feel the pull of dreams we chase, pouring life in endless grace.